Hello, and welcome
Hello.
back to Jazzgrass Gaming. I'm Dennis. Brian is rolling illegal substances.
What the fuck's that?
Um, let's hope this fucking.
That's right, I've laced this joint with fentanyl.
Hmm,
There we go.
for real?
So,
For
I
real.
was talking about anime in between the episodes. There was this one anime that I thought Dennis would really like. It's about a older guy who gets isekai'd, and it's pretty funny. It's
That's
a
right.
good comedy.
I like it because I'm an older guy. Thank you.
Um, yes. Anyway, I'm not even gonna deny now. But I told him about that as good stuff. That the one where the 50-something-year-old guy gets isekai just like a villain in an Otome game. Now, the other anime I want to talk about is this middle-aged dude that gets. There's a lot of middle-aged dudes this season, and they're getting summoned. And this guy got summoned, and he's got a shopping skill. So he's basically got Alibaba in
Ah,
another world.
nice.
So
Yeah.
he just puts in that world's money, and it translates to money from our world, and then he can just buy stuff like
Oh,
anything
yeah.
they
It's
have
kind of like
on
that
there.
other anime where with the same
Yeah,
premise.
yeah, yeah. Except this one is less cooking oriented, and is much more interesting and fun to watch. Whereas the other one, after okay, let me say this: I enjoyed it, but once I realized that the only thing he's doing with it is cooking food, I just got bored of it. I was like, really, like they just don't explore it. Just give him a cooking skill then, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I can get any ingredient in the world I want to, like with this special skill of mine. No, it has to be a shop where you can get anything, but you only use it to buy food. And it's like, why, you weirdos? I guess it's to make it an easy cop out, just in case. But in
I
this
guess so.
anime, the guy actually uses it to buy all sorts of shit, like spices and like jewelry and stuff, because he becomes like a merchant using it. Right? He basically becomes a reseller. He's drop shipping,
Yeah.
drop shipping in another world. The new that's the how that's I'm Christed in the anime that fucking
To
it's
be
now
hip with the
baptized as
kids.
the fucking something whatever I said. Now, two episodes out of that too, and I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's just it's just doing stuff. It's also very slow anime. That just goes at its own little pace, and I like that. I like it. I mean, I'm one of those people that enjoyed watching Glass Lip when that came out, and everybody was shitting on that at the time. I remember Kigog made a gag about it in like one of his how do you call that? Like a season summary
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
video.
So
Um,
the winter of anime
yeah.
2000. Yeah.
Um, saying like nothing fucking happened in that show, and he's right, and I liked it. I really quite liked it.
That's why I liked it.
I mean, granted, I think there's some nostalgia at play because when I first watched it, I was living in a caravan and I was watching it on a tiny Toshiba laptop that was like on its last legs and stuff. I was still in vocational school and all that. Um, so maybe when because when I see like little clips or scenes from that show online, I'm like, I think I do get a little nostalgic about those times. Like oh, I remember hanging out in that caravan, being like living along a lake. Just in the summer I used to like take my dogs down to the lake and just walk about. And then I would love to wade with my feet in the water, but one time I did that and I felt a little tickle at my feet, so I quickly yanked my feet out of the water. And
Yeah.
I looked at it, didn't see anything on my foot, but I looked into the water and I saw a fucking leech swimming away, and there
Yeah.
was like a tiny droplet of blood on my ankle.
Oh no.
So it had actually been trying to like shuckle onto me, and I don't know. I don't. The leeches have to be the most disgusting little creatures possible. I just think they're so nasty. They freak me the fuck out because they had the perfectly round mouth filled with teeth. I don't know if you've ever seen one under a
Yeah.
microscope. I have. I didn't like it.
I've had a leech. It's
You've had a leech?
yeah, it's
Oh, what
good
was
fun.
that like? How'd you get rid of it?
Oh, I just pulled it off.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, they're not that but what if it like splits in half?
Well, and then
You have 2 leeches to deal with.
you hope to try again.
Try to get up fair. It's not like a tick. We have to turn it like clockwise.
No,
or
no, no,
whatever.
no, no, they're not that bad. And it doesn't even hurt too much because I didn't even notice I had it.
Can't it get you like rabies or something?
Yeah, probably.
Did you have to get a shot, or did you just go on with life and figure if I get scared of water, I'll go to the doctor?
We winged it. We
Alright.
that's usually how we did it in our family. We winged it.
What's the most painful like bug bite or sting you've experienced?
Ooh, I don't know. I
Have you
have
really been stung by anything?
well
You don't really seem to get too scared by insects, do you?
no. It's
I freak the
You
fuck
know
out
why,
if there's
Brian?
a wasp even just 30
oh
meters away
shit!
from me.
Fucking Tesla.
I can't handle it.
No, the reason why I don't tend to freak out with wasps and shit is because I know that when I freak out,
Yeah.
I'll lose track of it, and they'll make me freak out even more. So the calmer I stay, the more control I have over the situation.
Fair enough.
I guess that's just me being cool-headed. Because trust me, Brian, I'm scared shitless of wasps. I've never been stung by a wasp or a bee. I don't know if I have like fucking anaphylactic shock if I will get stung by one.
Yeah,
I have
that is
all
one
the
where I
reason to
also-
be deadly afraid of them.
Well, I
Um,
do have a reason to believe that I'm not likely to be allergic to wasps or bees, because I've been stung by what is it called? Oh fuck, what is it called in English?
Hornet?
I think it is. I think it was a hornet. What's
Yeah.
a hummel?
That's a bee. A homo is a bee.
Isn't that like a bumblebee?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the wrong one. Because this one was long, it was gray, and the stinger was long.
Yeah, that's those are. Don't call them hornets. It's like a different. It's part of the ant family, I think.
I don't know what it was, but it was quite large.
Yeah, I've been so stung by one of those, and they hurt as well.
Yeah, I was in the Czech Republic in the mountains, and we were at a lake, and I was walking back to like, because I'd just been swimming, and I was walking back to grab like my slippers, and as I slipped into my slipper, I got stung by something, and it hurt extremely bad. And my foot almost immediately started, swelling a bit and
Yeah.
being red. And that sucked ass. That fucking hurt because I had to walk all the way fucking back. Just with a owie.
No, the thing I usually have with insects is when they sting me, I either don't notice, like with just mosquitoes and shit.
Yeah.
I do have a reaction to them, and that's kind of sucks. You've seen it. It's like my arm will swell up like Popeye.
Yeah. I did notice it. Yeah. You showed me this before, and
And-
what's weird is so, from what I've heard, I think how much mosquitoes like sting you is kind of based on how much you sweat.
Yeah.
It's got to do with your sweat or something.
Well, they sense heat, so that's what they go after. So the
Ah.
warmer you are, the more likely you are to be stung. But it's also I'm going the wrong way. Thank you, navigation, for fucking my life up. But yeah, it's something to do with like how much potassium you fucking have in your body, or I don't fucking know. I honestly, Brian, I think it's all just bullshit, and we don't know. And everybody's just saying they know.
Right.
So
Yeah, I guess I feel like if we knew.
then we would have fixed the problem already.
Yeah, right. I feel like
Yeah.
we'd have some sort of solution by now, because we still don't really have a reliable way of not getting stung by mosquitoes all the time.
Yeah. it's
What
like,
if you coat yourself in lemon juice?
well, so yeah, those are things that actually kind of work pretty well.
Because they'll
burnt
lick it and they'll
coffee.
go like, ew, it's so sour, my face is scrunching up. And then because
Yep.
your face is scrunched up, because they have like the tube nose, tube mouth, like it's all scrunched up, so they can't actually
Exactly.
They can't straw it up. They can't straw up your blood, because the mosquito has got their eyes watery. They can't even they can't tell
The
anything.
12
apart from
billion
each other.
eyes are being watery.
Um, I mean, I okay, and I don't even mind mosquito bites because I don't really, I seem to be semi-immune to them where I can easily ignore the itching feeling from it and I don't get bothered by it. But one thing that infuriates me about mosquitoes, when it's summer, right? I'm sleeping in my bed in my underwear. Right, got nothing. I'm wearing nothing. It could zoom around my toes and I'll be fine with that. It can zoom around my nipples. I'll be fine with that. It can make a little nest in my belly buttons and I'll be fine with that. But it has to fucking land on my ears. And how do I know that it's specifically buzzing around my ears? Because as I just said, it lands on it from time to
Yep.
sometimes too. And it's just like, why?
I
Why
love it.
there? What is it with ears? Of all of all our body parts, like the squishy parts with all the veins and stuff. No, you have to go to where the marrow is, where it's nothing but
Well,
what's it called? Not marrow, fucking
cartilage.
cartilage.
You know what the problem is, Brian?
What the fuck?
So, as I said earlier,
Heat?
they go for the heat, right? And
I mean, it's about vent holes.
ears are, by design, vent holes. Yes, that's why elephants have such huge ears to regulate their fucking body heat. Also, your ears are filled with delicious blood. A lot of hair vessels, so it's the easiest way for them to get fucking.
Ah.
Because it's like, it's very thin skin. There's a lot of blood
Yeah,
there.
well, yeah, okay.
So it makes a
yeah.
lot of sense. It doesn't
Fair
doesn't
enough.
negate your problem. It's
No,
still
no.
fucking annoying. Trust me, Brian. I don't have hair. The, they have a straight fucking way for my ear. So yeah, I always
You
get
ever
stung on my ears.
You never get stung on top of your
On
head?
top of my dome?
Yeah.
Oh, I've had that happen. Very
Oh,
annoying.
yeah. That does sound like pretty annoying.
No, but
It's
yeah,
like if you scratch it too much, it just looks like you got a boil.
I remember one time when I was deadly afraid of some wasps. It was
Right.
this summer when I was standing on top of a Amsterdamish building.
Oh no, that's
And-
the worst place to be.
and
And
there-
fucking wasp.
There was like a bunch of food laying around, and I was delivering a kitchen. I was like pulling it off the lift, and and no fall security or anything. I was just freewheeling it, and yeah, there was wasps there, and they were kind of swarming around me, and I was like, all right, either I freak out, or I'm just gonna stay calm and not fall off the roof and hope I don't get stung. And with a heart rate of like way too high, I lived.
Holy
I'm
shit.
I'm here to tell the tale.
Holy shit, what a brave warrior.
I know. I'll tell my children and expect the same of them.
we gotta send this guy to the to the front in Ukraine.
Oh yes. I'm not afraid of drones.
So, I mean, it's crazy to think that you've already been at your other job for like what, half a year now?
Half year now. Yep.
And what's crazy about that is just, in my mind, for some reason, I'm still adjusting to you having this job, adjusting to you having this time schedule where it's like early to bed, early out of bed. To me, it feels like you've only been doing it for like a month. Even though, indeed, it's already been half a year. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah,
Time
dude.
fucking flies, dude. It's scary.
It,
It's fucking scary.
it flies when you're having fun. At least I'm having fun.
God.
Oh no, I've already accepted that time is flying. Like the
Like,
older we
I
get,
got
Brian.
people I used to look up to as adults, like grown-ups, coming to me for advice.
Yep.
Like, I used to think, like, growing up, right, as a child, you know, especially when you're like 8 years old, right, every adult around you seems like this, especially like your parents, they seem to be this infinite library of answers. So you ask a question and they got the answer. And so you grow up with this idea that adults are intelligent, that they know a lot, that they're wise, or stuff like that. And then you turn 28, and all of a sudden, you're giving life advice to a 50-year-old.
Yep. I love it. It makes me feel pretty good actually. Makes me feel like an
Fucking
adult.
Wild.
It's
It's wild. It feels weird. It's like, man,
Oh no, just fucking
Because
revel in it, dude.
because it's like, I appreciate the sentiment, because indeed, like, it's all, it's like someone, my elder is got enough respect for me to take, to want my opinion. That's great. But on the other hand, it's just a strange vibe where it's like, because just a couple years ago nobody would listen to my opinions,
Yep.
and now they're asking for them. And the only thing that changed is that I'm getting a little closer to 30.
Well, I feel like a lot changes in you personally, like between your 20th and your 30th.
Oh, definitely, of course, of
It's
course.
like-
Every year you're basically a new you.
Yeah, and-
Starting like that doesn't. I feel like that doesn't even end until you're like 40, maybe.
Yeah, but it's like, I don't know. You feel more adulting. It's like, oh yeah, I am doing stuff for work. 'Cause people depend on this. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't do stuff that I would have done like when I was younger because it's probably a bad idea. So yeah, I kind of enjoy it. It's lay back. Lay back is the word I like to use. Getting older is way more laid back than being younger. It's like a lot less stress, I feel like.
Yeah.
Now maybe that's also because I don't have to manage in the fucking store. That also helps. But even when I was still doing that, it's like I felt like a lot more like, I don't care. It's like it'll be fine. It's like
Yeah.
like younger kids, younger adults would come up to me and say, "Oh, dude, we gotta fix this and that." And so, "Oh, I'm stressed out." I was like, "Nah, it'll be alright." How do you know? I was like, "Well, store's still standing, ain't it?" I haven't been running 100% for like the last 5 years, so it'll be fine. Trust me. Trust me. And when I'm gone, just keep it at that 6. Keep it running at 6 and you'll be fine.
I'll be honest. I've only been in the workforce for, 10 years, maybe a little more, and let me tell you, I've already reached the point where, but I guess this luxury of being in IT, you're never out of a job. You're never struggling to find work.
No.
So that gives you the advantage of, going to work with this mindset of, okay, this is what, you can set limits.
Yep.
You can be like, all right, this is as far as I'll go. And generally people, people at your workplace will have to listen to you, or or else, or else they stand to lose you to like a competitor, or they'll end up having to retrain another guy, and that's one thing. So companies, they don't want to train. They don't want to train people.
No.
Usually, you have like a short orientation period with a predecessor, and if that falls through, you're just kind of on your own.
Yeah.
That's all right, but that also means, if like, for example, with my current job, if I decide to resign right now, I have a right to do that, and I would have like a month. After a month, I would be gone there.
Yeah.
But so that would mean that if I unexpectedly declare that I'm quitting because I won the lottery yesterday, or because I can't take it anymore, and or stuff like that, you fucking, they're screwed, because they can't get a replacement for me in a month's time.
Nope.
So courtesy in my line of work is to try to declare that you're going to, that a school year will be your last school year, and then at the end of the school year,
Fuck
towards
off.
the end of it,
Yeah.
you fuck off, indeed. And then so that they have plenty of time to replace you. But yeah, I could just that is that is the well-mannered way to do things. But yeah, that does leave the company in a vulnerable position, I noticed. If I would, like, what happens if I die tomorrow?
Oh, they're fucked.
Yeah, exactly. Like, the only, like, there's one other coworker who has access to the vault with the passwords for all the IT services and stuff that we need. and she doesn't, and she keeps forgetting that she has access to it. So she probably doesn't even realize anymore that she has access to it because she keeps forgetting. So if I die tomorrow, so they're screwed.
Yep.
They're screwed. They have no. Well, actually, no. I made a contingency. They used to be screwed, but no longer because I put in place a contingency. You know what I did? One of the other locations, their IT guy, he helped out at our school for a while with some projects, and I asked, I told him like, hey, just to ease things up, I'm gonna add you to the password save, because luckily our contracts are organization wide. So even if he's in my school, he's still beholden to the secrecy parts and
Yeah.
the general contractors and as well just the law. So he can't really fuck with it. So I was like, I'm gonna add you to this, so that if anything happens, if for whatever reason we no longer have access to this stuff because I suddenly pass away or whatever. We have a backup, because right now there's just nothing, and they're like, what? There's nothing, whatever. Because usually at these others, because at a school normally, if the IT guy is sick, they always have either like a teacher or a janitor, someone who has also got plenty of computer knowledge and can act as a temporary backup for the IT people. We don't have that. All my teachers, who I would say should
Be able to do this.
be able to do this, all claim that they can't and that they're not that good with computers. That worries me.
Yeah.
Because it's like, because they give classes, I don't know how to call these classes in English, so you just have to believe me, but they give classes where having computer knowledge seems like, a good thing to have, but they don't. Because in the words of one of these teachers, you only really need math skills to learn this job.
Huh.
And when I realized that, I was like, shit. So you're a glorified maths teacher. That sucks. And the other faculty staff, like the janitors and such. I mean, they're sweet guys. I love them, but yeah, they're not good with computers. So the youngest of the bunch, refugee from Syria. He's all right with computers, but he can't do that much with computers. So that stuff. That was when I started working here. That stuff was like legitimately a bit of a concern for me. But in the meantime, I've been able to build up this IT department a bit more. I've been able to get more of a grip on procedures, and I've also, so because of this, I've been able to put some contingencies in place and make sure that there's always some availability within the IT department. But it's like when I started working there, I was like thinking to myself, how have you guys been doing this for years?
Right.
How have you guys been operating like this for so long? Because to me that just seems completely mental.
Dude, the other day I got a text message from one of my old coworkers who was doing like my position now. It was like, man, I never really realized how much you actually did. I was like, don't worry, dude. I didn't brag about it.
I mean, that is such a satisfying message to get, though. Like, I never really realized just how much you did. Yeah, but I did do a lot, didn't I? I wish I would get a text message like that. Because, man, especially one of my previous workplaces when I left there, thinking back on it, like, Jesus, fuck.
I got that text message from the dude who I basically, like, raised from his 13th year, like when he was like a teenager, and I raised him to do my job basically. So
Oh, nice.
so when I went away, he like took over my
He's your
my
apprentice.
yeah, he took over my responsibilities.
Oh,
And I was
yeah.
like, dude, I never really realized until I had to do it myself that there's a lot to this. And I was like, don't worry, dude, I knew.
Yeah, you
But
were
I also
not
knew
getting paid nearly enough for it. either.
exactly, and but I also knew he could do it because yeah, I mean, a lot of things he was a lot better in than I was.
Mhm. Oh well,
So
fair
I
enough.
always let him do all like the inventory management and all that shit, and
Oh
I'll
yeah.
just make sure to keep the social
Right.
side of the
Yeah.
store running and make sure everybody does work instead of complain about
So you
working.
ran around with the whip, and he ran
Yeah, and
around with the pen and paper.
yeah, yeah. That's how we did our shit, and it
Fair
worked
enough. Fair
perfectly
enough.
fine.
Oh man.
I also told him like, dude, don't work yourself to death. Like, I know that the next manager who's gonna come here wants a A+ every year.
Yeah.
Shoot for that 7 and get a 6, dude. That's all you need to succeed in this job.
Yeah.
Shoot for a 7, get a 6, and they'll complain to you, but they will not have enough of to complain about. So it'll be just good enough, and the store will run. Your life will be fun.
Yeah.
Your employees will stay, employed because they want to keep working there because they're not being overworked.
Yeah.
So I really fucking drilled that into everybody's heads. Like, don't overwork your fucking employees, dude. Just make sure that they're having fun doing it, and you'll have an easier time not having to do it yourself.
Oh man, I gotta say though, talk about new management shit. If I leave this job, the next guy that gets my job, he's gonna have a good time. He's gonna have an easy time at least, because I documented pretty much fucking everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Holy shit! Because that's the thing. I put in a lot of I put in a lot of overtime, but that overtime, it's also a lot of planning and stuff, but also a lot of writing down documentations of different systems and stuff. Because my predecessor wrote nothing down. So you would when I started working here, I was constantly running into stuff that's like, well, what are the procedures behind this? Like, there's no rules written down. There's just everything is just loosely based on word of mouth or
Yeah, word of mouth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
such a weird saying.
Eh.
Every word is a word of mouth. It comes out of your mouth. Anyway, like fucking Mike Tyson trying to talk about mice.
My pigeons.
Mouth.
I like pigeons.
So yeah, so I've spent a lot of time just writing down shit like how we do stuff. The next guy that's gonna be taking my job, he's gonna have such chill job, bro. He's gonna be like, damn.
Thanks,
Especially
Brian.
if he's like more competent than I am, then he's definitely just gonna be big chilling.
He's gonna read that and he's like, oh, all right, so that's how you did it. All right, so that's how it's supposed to be done. All right, and that's how I'm gonna efficiently do it. Thank you.
I like that you assume that the way I do it isn't the way I'm supposed to do it.
Well, no.
You are right.
No.
A lot of the time. At
It's
least.
like it's probably not the most efficient way. Let's be honest, Brian, because the way I did
course.
my work also wasn't the most efficient
No,
way.
I mean,
There's always a better way.
The way I do it is indeed like, how can I fix this the quickest?
Yeah.
How can we do this the quickest? And that, I guess that you can count that up as efficient, but that doesn't take into account things like
Longevity.
It's hard to give longevity, stuff like that. It's hard to give concrete examples of what I mean by that. But yeah, no, you are right. I don't always I don't always go for the best route. Sometimes I go for the route and I'm like, okay, look, I got a meeting in 5 minutes. I gotta get this over with.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does happen, and then you just neglect to go back to it because there's more stuff to do. So it's like, I'll come back to this and I'll do it the right way then, and then it's like 6 months later and it's like, oh yeah, fuck it, I got some time on my hands, and then you fix it. So yeah, there's a bunch of stuff that's like,
Why would they put a fucking toll stop right in front of a fucking hill? That's just pissing. That's just to piss truckers off, dude.
Actually, yeah, that is cruel. That is cruel. It's gonna take ages to get anywhere now with this fucking.
Alright,
I have to like accelerate up.
Enjoy shifting.
Yeah, exactly, bro. I mean, imagine if you're driving like a really old truck where where like changing gears is like a battle,
Yeah.
and you have to do it just hundreds of times because it's also got a sharp curve on her and a roundabout. It's ridiculous.
I'm just taking that shit. Didn't even look.
Fuck it. I mean, come on, you can't risk losing momentum here. You won't. What if you don't make it up the fucking entrance ramp fast enough?
could-
You end up on the fucking highway at 10 kilometers an hour.
Well, that's what's happening there. Fucking damn.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what you get.
All right.
Crikey.
Fucking Czechia.
Oh man, I did enjoy the Czech Republic. By the way, can I just say that going to Prague was so fun.
Oh,
And
dude, it's a lot of fun.
I still sometimes think back about it because it is a fun, like it was a fun weekend. Damien and I had a really great time because the thing about, so whenever Damien, Dennis and I, we have this thing on vacay. Okay, so Damien is decidedly more proactive, but with both our with all three of us, when we go somewhere, we put the highest priority on vibing over like because whenever I guess I got a warped perspective because of vlogs and stuff. Whenever I watch people travel on like TV or in vlogs, I guess because it's a video, it's content, so it has to be entertaining, so they have to go out and do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Where they will have like these really packed itineraries. And whenever I see that stuff, I'm like, oh man, this vacation sounds exhausting. Because I don't wanna do a lot when I'm anywhere else.
Yeah, I
When
just
I'm
want
on
to
vacay.
enjoy my time.
Like if people, I remember coming back from Japan and my coworkers, they were a little bit annoyed with me because they felt like I wasted it a bit by just hanging out. And not like going somewhere else every day and stuff like that. But like they were like, you could have done so much more, and I was like, I could have,
But
yes.
I ain't.
But once you find, because so I'm a habitual guy. We found a cafe we liked, so that's where we ate breakfast every day. Found a chicken place we liked, so we ate chicken.
That was some good ass
we
fucking
went to get
chicken, dude.
Fucking karage, whatever it's called. And there was good times.
Especially the
But
breading, dude.
in
Oh,
Prague as well. But with Damien, I noticed he's more. He does try at least to be like, shoot, because he doesn't hard press. He's not like going like, oh, dude, we should do this and that, and he just goes like, maybe we should try going to this museum. How you feel about that? And I'm like, where is it? She said, no, it's only 10-minute walk and it's free entrance. Free entrance.
free entrance.
10-minute
You had
walk.
me at free.
Yeah, sure, let's go check it out. But if you're like, I don't feel like it, he's like, all right, what else? We just want to hang out. Just like it's really like no pressure stuff. Whereas, I do have some other friends where it's like they'll suggest something and I'll be like, I don't feel like doing that, and they'll push it.
They'll have to
Until
do it.
I tell them like, hey, shut up.
Well, the thing is,
Shut
like,
the
if I
fuck
really
up.
want to do something, is all right, I'll do it myself.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking adult.
Yeah,
I don't need
true.
I don't need people to watch me. I can change my own diaper now. So
like, you should get rid of the camera in your toilet.
what?
Huh?
What? You have a camera in my toilet? What?
Yeah, it recognizes your beard and activates when you enter the bathroom.
God damn it! I knew something was up.
I've specially set it up to ignore your girlfriend because
Thank
I
you.
hate women.
Thank you.
I only want to jerk off to men balls.
Men balls. Droopy, hairy
don't
men
let
balls.
your girlfriend ever hear that I said something that's stupid.
Don't worry. She's
She
used
doesn't
to
watch Jazzgrass.
Exactly.
She hates our channel. We're too misogynistic.
Maat, wat de fuck ben je aan het doen? Ga dan gewoon rijden, man.
Ja, maar hij zit wel in een Skoda, dus we zitten wel echt in Tsjechië.
Het was een BMW, maar oké.
Oh, what? Oh, it was a Beamer. He has to be a dickhead. That's his
Nee, dan
first
verwacht ik
right.
juist dat hij doorrijdt.
Well, I mean, fair enough, actually.
Sorry for switching touch, I was angry.
Yeah, it made me switch Dutch because I got all confused. Because I'm a dum dum.
Doi.
Um. Anyway, the other day I was thinking I should probably kill myself. Now
Ah.
here's why. Um.
Yeah, any
I-
good reasons for it?
Yeah, so I got out of bed, and the first thing that happened was I sat down at my desk to just wake up a bit, and I grabbed my phone from my charger, and as I was getting back up to go take a shower, uh, I bumped my knee really, really fucking hard,
Oh yeah, that's yep.
and then I was like, all right, that fucking hurt. But that's not a big deal. So I go to the bathroom, I got all my stuff, I get naked. And I'm just standing around. I don't know why I gave you that detail. It's not even relevant to what I'm about to say. I stood on like a fucking, I don't know, a pebble. I don't know what it was. And it buried into my foot so fucking hard. It felt like standing on like a push pin, right? On the
Yeah.
sharp end of a push pin. It fucking hurt like a bitch. And I'm like, oh shit, that hurts. But fucking hell, it's not the worst. And then I check out my foot, and guess what? I'm fucking bleeding.
All right.
So it's fucking 6 a.m. I've already hurt my knee really fucking, annoyingly. And then I get to the bathroom, I stand in something painful, and then I look at my foot, and it's fucking bleeding. Oh, it's no big deal. I'm about to go shower, right? I got in the shower, and I closed the shower door behind me, and as I turn around, I bump my fucking elbow into like the fucking like doorknob of the shower door.
Damn.
And at this point, I thought to myself, it might be time.
Look, Brian, if you put that in your suicide note, I'd understand. I wouldn't hold a grudge. I mean, I wouldn't be like, what a fucking
I
pussy.
just thought
I'd be
to
like, nah,
myself,
reasonable.
It's 6 a.m. and God's calling for me. The abyss is calling me. I must go. Call me Artorias, because the abyss is calling me.
Gotta watch the abyss.
The Abyss Watcher? Oh yeah, that's what they were calling Dark Souls 3. For some reason I was thinking about Artorias sitting in like a plastic chair just looking at Manus in this abyss like from a distance. Abyss Watcher. It's got like a little binocular. He's like, oh look, it's one of them human sprites. Oh, it's a twin. I'll write that down. Like what do you call those bird watchers? They got a special little name, don't they?
In Dutch they call it vogelaars.
That I love that because that's like I don't even know how to wait. How do you describe that in English? What would be an equivalent of English?
A birdler.
A birdler. A birdler.
Bird watcher? I don't know.
A birder. A birderer. A birderer. I don't know. A birderer was watching a committing a murder on a murderer.
There was a murder of crows.
Exactly.
Birdling.
Oh man.
Guys, I have 45 minutes before I get a fine because I gotta put it in my taco.
Bro,
Alright,
I'm
come on.
surprised that we still have disk space after all these fucking long ass episodes we've been recording.
Hey, it's working.
These long distance trips, man. So what city are we in?
I'm not sure where we went.
Maybe we'll recognize it.
Czechoslovakia.
We're not. Sorry, yeah. Oh, okay. I thought we might still be in. How do the Czechs pronounce it? Prava. Prava, something like that.
Something like that. I just called Prague like a fucking foreigner, Brian.
No,
We're not Czech.
I don't know.
It's like a
just
fucking
remember the
American.
cute guy at a museum pointing me directions. Telling me to enjoy and Prava. I think he pronounced it.
I think that's how they spell it at least.
Pretty cute.
You can really see we're in a shit part of the fucking EU, dude.
Whoa! Insensitive. Look at that modern building in the background. Looks nice. And besides, that building to your right, I recognize that from the city of Utrecht. Right? If you go from fucking if you go from the mosque, right? If you follow that road, you can go into the Amsterdam Streetway, but you're not.
Yeah.
What you do is you ignore that one and you go one further. What happens is you go past this lane. Ah, fuck! I forgot the name of it. Is it the Julianaweg? No.
No.
Whatever. If you go along that road, there's like a building. It's completely covered in like graffiti and shit, and it's just surrounded by regular old like houses and everything. But it's like this old warehouse from like the
Oh, you
1950s.
see it from the train if you're in the train, right?
No, it's
Oh,
deeper
it's
into the city.
oh,
A
it's a
little
different
deeper.
one.
A little deeper into the city. So towards Zuiden, towards Ondiep.
Yeah.
It's but it looked like that, and whenever I drive past, I'm like, this shit just looks, it looks decrepit. Why is this possible in a city where there's so much demand for housing and whatnot, where every inch is being covered in apartment buildings? Why is that building still abandoned? Still it's been abandoned my whole damn life. I'm pretty sure before I was born there was like a coffee shop near that one as well, where it's that got closed down. Actually, there was one that got closed down more recently that I missed out on going to because it closed down right before I turned the age that I was allowed to enter it. I think they had like you had to be like 21 to enter.
Oh, I remember which one you mean.
And when I
Yep.
was 20, they closed it the fuck down. Pissed me off because they were really reputable apparently.
Yeah. A lot of people went there.
And wait, hold on. I'm just looking out my window right now, and there's this confusing perspective going on outside. Like, I'm looking at my other building, and there's this confusing perspective where it looks like the window is like falling off its hinges. It looks all crooked. Like it's looks weird. Looks wrong. Like it's opened sideways, but it also has a vertical slant to it, which makes it look like it's gonna fall. I mean, it is an old building. It would make sense that it would happen someday. I mean, who's got their window open that wide anyway, when it's only, I think it's only 5 degrees out.
Oh, yeah, there's some nice fresh air. Fuck.
Actually, there's more people with their windows like wide open as well. There's another one over there.
Understandable. It's a crisp day. You gotta get some fresh air in.
All right, go ahead, open the window. Open her up, get that fresh air then. Nah,
Oh, well, there's fucking
I
shit
don't
in
wanna
front
be
of it.
cold. That's why I got my warm like indoor winter sock thingies. Like they're, you know, those extra big socks that
You know, fluffy ones.
yeah. I'm a sucker for those, dude. If you ever need a Christmas present, like if we ever host some weird, we never do that. This isn't a thing in our friend group where we
No.
purchase Christmas presents for each other. The
Perfectly
only thing
fine
that
with
happens
that.
is, I'm basically the sneaky Santa of the group, because I very specifically, we never really, you know, we never really gift each other Christmas gifts, but I always sneak about, look at people's like wish lists on Steam and purchase them a little game. But if we ever encounter a scenario where we're buying Christmas gifts for each other, just buy, you know, a pair of these like type of socks and just be done with it.
Oh, we're in Bosnia, dude.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, Sarajevo is in Bosnia. That makes sense.
Let's see.
Where did we think we were?
I don't know. I thought we were in Serbia. Or close enough.
I'll be honest. I know nothing about Serbia. I think I unironically know more about never mind. You know what?
Next time on Jazzgrass Gaming, the ambulance gonna be here and give Brian his adrenaline shot so he survives his stroke. Bye.
See ya.